Hello everyone. This is Rex Red, and I am back with another fun DAZ studio tutorial. And today's tutorial is going to be about using Genesis 9 hair and clothing on all of your previous DAZ Genesis generations. And we're going to get right into this and start with loading a Genesis figure into our scene. Now, the first thing we would want to do is go to DAZ Studio here. And we're going to look for MMX Gen 9. Let's try that. There it is. This is the product. What you do right now, it's $13. I paid about $6 for it. Okay. What this is going to do is allow you to take your Genesis 9 clothing and hair. See, this is Genesis 9 hair, and this is Genesis 9 clothing. Take your Genesis 9 clothing and hair and use it on your Genesis 8, 8.1, 3, Genesis 2, and those characters. All of those characters you can use your Genesis 9 products on. So what you do is you purchase this, and it is on a 45% sale right now. If you have a lot of Genesis 8 figures and you're starting to purchase Genesis 9 stuff, you might want to use this. I work kind of mostly with Genesis 9 figures, but I bought this just so I have it. So if there's any figure that I just decide to use, if I decide to use a Genesis 8 figure, which I probably don't anymore, if I want a Genesis 8 figure, I just use their, I morph their face into it, and then I've got a Genesis. Any of my Genesis 8 figures is a Genesis 9 figure. So maybe I'll go into and show you how I do that also in this video. But what we're going to do is start off first by discussing this program first. And so what it says is that basically you can use it for Genesis 2 male, 3 male, 2 female, and Genesis 3 male and female, Genesis 8 male and female, and it works with Genesis 8.1 because Genesis 8.1 is actually Genesis 8. So for the most part. So it does work with Genesis 8.1 as well. So what we're going to do, and as you can see, this is a very new Genesis 9 clothing item, and it's working very nicely on this figure. So at first when I saw this clones, I thought, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to load some kind of Genesis 8 clone, and then you can convert that. You can put the skin on them and convert them and use them and convert them. And I thought, you know, it's going to go. You're going to have to go through a bunch of steps to make this work. And it turns out that it couldn't be further from the truth. That this is actually, it's so easy to use this product. So what you do is you purchase the product, you download it, you install it with the DAZ install manager, and then once it's installed, you go into DAZ, and now let's load a Genesis 8 figure into our scene. Let's find a good one. And we will load. I mean, there's a lot of good ones here that I'm going by, but I want to pick one that is just going to be ready to use. And let's see what we have here. Let's find Callan, let's see. Callan, E-N. Callan, C-A-L. That's, I'm not spelling it. It's 2 L's. Okay, we'll use Callan. All right, so we're going to put Callan into the scene. And we had somebody in here, but we lost them into our video today. So, all right, this is going to be Callan. And what makes this really easy to use is it just puts it into your auto fit dialog box. Now, normally when you try to use a Genesis 9 article of hair or clothing on a figure, okay, nothing happens. Nothing usually happens. All right. When you click on the hair and you try to apply it to the figure, it just doesn't work. Now, does he have eyebrows? Yeah. All right. So good. So we got a pretty good figure here. Hi, Callan. God, wouldn't I like freak if he says hello? Back is like whoa. So yeah. Well, he can. We can animate him to speak. So. Now, let's take him down a little bit. Let's go to our parameters and just kind of get him. Let's take his head down a little bit so he's more towards the Genesis 8. A little more. Well, let's take these HD details down. Yeah, that's that kind of works. All right, so we've got Callan here. So once you have installed this MMX Genesis 9 clone for all you have to do is let the install manager install it. And this is how easy this works. So then you go into your smart content and you go to hair, and you'd have to click take the filter by context, or it's not going to filter the hair, and we select and we get rid of Cal. And what we've got are all these Genesis 9 hair products here. And what we can do is just pick one that we like. Now this one, we go to Callan, and we use this, and we go, and this is a Xander hair. And now I think I double clicked, but I might not have clicked fast enough. We'll see. And I didn't. All right. So you double click, and normally without this program here, when you double click to put this hair on a Genesis 8 figure, it like does something and then it stops and nothing happens, nothing at all. So there's just no dialogue. There's no way to auto fit or possibly make it fit or anything. It just doesn't work. Okay. When you install this product, this is what happens. Now it's computing, it's looking, it's doing something, it's doing its script kind of magic here. Eventually it's going to pop up with a dialog box. And that's where we're going to see something new here that is not here without this product. And for like $6, it's really nice to have the river able to flow back the other direction. Just in case you're up in the middle of the night sometime working on a project, and then all of a sudden you say, oh, I've got to use this Genesis 8 figure. It's just, there's nothing like it, and I have to use it. And I'd like to use some Genesis 9 stuff with it. And there's something to be said about the Genesis 8 figures as they are without like converting them and using. So this is what doesn't pop up when you try to install Genesis 9, okay? And when this pops up, all you have to do is select this Genesis 9 MMX and click accept. And we're going to just get to see what happens. You don't even have to select hair or anything. We're going to go in and read this note that is left with the MMX product. So there's no, when you go and find the MMX product on your computer, in your DAS library content, smart content, all there is one little icon in it, and it pops up and says, just select the MMX thing and you're all set. So this is Genesis 9 hair on a Genesis 8 male. Just like that. It's just that easy. So now we can go and let's find a Genesis 9. Now, I was wondering about this body project, if this shell will work, because it's like a piece of clothing. Wouldn't that be nice? Now, so let's double click on this body shell. And no, definitely not. Z. Okay, so we'll undo that. I was thinking it might just think it's a piece of clothing and put it on, but unfortunately, no. Now, there's something about this particular hair, this scalp hair, hair, when we go filter by context, it should come up with the materials for the hair. It doesn't. Okay, it's like it breaks the, here it is. Okay, let's see. And let's try and change the color of the hair to black. See, error occurred. Now if I select the hair thin and try this, error occurs. Just so you know that it's not like everything doesn't work absolutely perfectly, okay? So this is not going to allow me to use these hair materials on this. Now let's try it on the hip. I don't know, maybe it'll let me put it on the hip. No. All right, so, and now if I go into surfaces and select these and try selecting all three and then see what happens. And let's just stick hair scalp or whatever. Try it there. No. And we try it on the hair thin. Black hair. No. And let's just try it on the hair. Just so you know, anybody who knows that these are the kind of things you do if something doesn't work. So this particular product doesn't allow you to change the color. So you have to go into the surfaces then, and if you look, there are so many parameters to this particular kind of hair. And you got the hair, all these different top, short, all these different things. Now, the if you go into parameters, I believe that your top messy. See, so these work. Okay, you can make the top messy. And we can bangs long. Those work. That works. Okay, or we can take the bangs forward, which I don't know that that's what I would have expected that. And windy. Okay, so we go into here. So those work on it, okay. You just have a few things that don't work. It's the materials, and like I said, you can go right in here to the Xander hair and go into surfaces and change the color, root transmission color. Let's try this with brown, like a dark brown. Here, like something like that. That didn't work. You have to kind of try a few of these different ones. Root hair color. Okay, we go to brown. It'll eventually turn brown, but root this one, the root highlight. And see, as you can see, that just kind of went dark. All right. Not too dark, not viewport color. And the tip highlight, let's go here. See, that went pretty dark right there. And the tip hair color. So it's not like you can't change the color of the hair. There you go. Now you got brown hair. It's not like you can't change the color of the hair. It's just that you can't use the preset colors that come with this particular hair set. Now I think it's only because it's a PBR. This product isn't, and they might come up with an update to deal with PBR, these PBR hair, but this one does not. So let's go and try another type of hair, the one that's maybe not PBR, or and I'll show you that some of them, a lot of them do work. So it's not just that particular hair. This is a hair. I'm going to try one that I know works, and then we'll try some that I'm not sure whether if they work or not, and we'll see what we can do with this. We're going to go default and hair, and we're going to turn this. We have to turn that off, or it's going to filter the Genesis 9 hair out. And this one I know works. This is like my favorite hair that I own. Okay, so we put this on him, and we wait a moment. This pops up, and we select Genesis 9. So which figure? Well, this isn't Genesis 8 hair. This isn't Genesis 3 female or male hair or Genesis. This is Genesis 9 hair. So this new thing here is what that product puts here in your auto fit. Okay, now if it's made for the figure, then you wouldn't even need auto fit. It just goes on as quickly as you could imagine. But when it's not made for the figure, then the auto fit, it says like, well, I will try to transfer this product from one Genesis figure to another Genesis figure. And so that's what this product does. It is MMX Genesis 9 clones for all, and it's on sale right now. It's half off. Okay, and so and if you're a DAS member, you'll even get a few more dollars off. So this is how this works. Now, what's nice about this red cat's hair is not only the poses work. So you double click, and I can change the hair pose. All right, there's that. Or you want even longer. Okay, don't prove me wrong here. And this one is must style and the messy style. So, and the neat style. And this is the one I always use here. It just kind of looks natural. So this is my favorite hair that I own right now. And now I can use this hair on any Genesis 8 figure. And so all you, and it shows up in your smart content when you select the product, and it's on the head of your Genesis 8 figure. It shows up in your smart content. And then also you have materials here, and the materials also work with, okay, come on. I have my other, okay, so the materials also work. So some hair sets, the materials don't work. This one does. Give them some red hair. And this is, so they work. Light brown. That's very nice. My lighting in the scene is gray, so it's just kind of putting this gray sheen on. It looks terrible. But black and red hair. Yeah, so we have all of that. Looks really nice on him, actually. It's very nice, kind of. So, all right. So this is the hair. I'll do one more hair, and I'm kind of curious because I have another hair product, hair asset that I like to use a lot, and so I'm interested to see if that works. Now it is. Where is it? And I have a ton of them, but that I'm curious to see how they work. But we're going to go with another hair product here, and it is, where is it? Oh, we're in hair, okay. This is it. James hair for Genesis 9. Let's see how this hair works. And again, all you have to do is click on it. It doesn't, whatever figure you have, this, it will show up in the auto fit menu and allow you to auto fit. Now, I believe what the message is for this, for MMX, is to just pick MMX and don't go to select hair or any of these other things. Just select MMX and select none and click accept. And let's see how this James hair works. So I'm only going to do a few of the hair products just to show you how really, really nice this works. So it pretty much means that now there are going to be some drawbacks. Some clothing won't work at all. This works very nice. I think I have another hair set. Let's check and see if the materials work on this. Let's make it black. No, you see, so some of these, and this, if we look at the surfaces, we're going to find out that this, no, this, it's just some of these, that says scalp. Let's try the James hair. You might have to fuss with a little bit of this. Let's try this one. Now, you see, it should work because this is a hierarchical hair product, but it's some of these just don't work. I think that's the default. And so it doesn't work there. James hair. And this, enter. So this is too bad that the colors don't work. I don't know of a way around this yet. And so there may be an update that will come out and fix this at some point. Now that's the James hair. I think I'm going to do, I think I have one more here that I really like. It's a hair product. I don't think James was the one. It's, well, this is for Genesis 8, so that's not going to work because it's already for his generation. And I think it's the James hair, but yeah, so now I don't think this is going to work with beards. So if you try to put this Genesis 8 beard on, let's try the beard, and this is where you're going to notice, okay, unsupported. Let's try the MMX, see if it works. And there again, it might work with some beards and not with others, and we'll see. Now this works. So, and this is like, I really like this particular beard that comes with for the Genesis 9 figure. Now it looks like it put some kind of skull cap on him, or maybe I didn't. Okay, I didn't delete the skull cap when I deleted the hair. All right, so this is a very nice, it looks so nice on this it fits on him so perfectly as well. It's just really nice. They're putting a lot of artwork into the Genesis 9 assets. So let's try now another. I'm curious. Now I used the MMX 5 o'clock shadow. I don't think some of these are going to work. Beard and mask. Okay, so I don't think the mask will work. But if I do just the 5 o'clock shadow beard, let's see. Hair and cap wearables. That's the hair. shadow hair, shadow beard, shadow all wearables. Let's just try it. Let's try this one. We're going to find lots of stuff that doesn't work. But the thing is that it allows you to pretty much, I would say, I can't give you a percentage of how many things work and how many things don't. Now, when I clicked on this, let's try it again. I don't think I clicked on it right. Now it's going to pop up with the MMX auto fit dialog. All right. Now we're going to try to, we're going to have a bunch of things to have to fit. Now I don't think it's going to fit the mask because the mask is kind of like a bodysuit thing. I don't think it works with, I don't think it'll do bodysuits. This says 5 o'clock shadow hair, but it will do the beards. It's just not going to do a bodysuit, I don't think. And it may actually change his skin, and I might have to delete the bodysuit. So there are only parts of this product, I believe, that will work properly. This is a shadow cap. So this, I think the cap will work. We'll find out. And so we have the shadow hair, shadow beard. Okay, we're waiting for these to apply themselves to some degree. Thank you very much for the like. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very, very, very much. So we are waiting for this to apply. Now we could end up with like a, you know, some of this stuff could just try to do some really illegal things with the program and all too. But I would say from my cursory use of this asset, these scripts and all, this is a definite buy. It's just there are so many things that it's nice to be able to just throw a Genesis 9 clothing. We haven't even gotten to the clothing part yet. So I promise this will be the last try to hair we'll try to apply to this, to the figures, and we'll go on to clothing. So this should be just a moment here. What's nice is when I have these things, it's like, and I rewatch my videos, it's like I click ahead. It's like I know it took a while for this to happen. So it might just lock up too. It could lock up because we're trying to apply things that I don't think it's capable of applying. It's capable of applying, but it may not even be capable, but it can apply it incorrectly. So we shall see. There is a disclaimer with this product to just say that it won't work with all Genesis 9 clothes. I have a feeling it's going to work with all the Genesis 9 hair, but like it may not work with some of the hair materials. Anytime now. Program, it may be locked up. Come on. So we are fitting Genesis 9 clothes to Genesis 8 with this quick little program here in the DAS store. It's called MMX Genesis 9 Clones for All. And what it does is it allows you to auto fit. So when you go into your auto fit menu, it pops up and allows you to fit hair and clothing, because when it drops down, it gives you a new option which says MMX Genesis 9. And so if you have your Genesis 8 character, Genesis 8.1, Genesis 3, Genesis 2, or Genesis character, whatever character you have selected, it will pop down now and give you the MMX Genesis 9 option, and you will be able to auto fit Genesis 9 clothing and Genesis 9 hair to your other Genesis figures. So I don't know that this is going to work. The reason why is I believe this shadow product here, I should not have even tried to do this because I believe it uses a bodysuit. So it's a different kind of thing than hair and clothes. It's a whole different kind of thing. We'll see. We'll give it a moment more. I have a feeling that this has crashed. We'll see, though. Normalizing weight maps. It's like, I don't think so. So let's see. I just like open up the beta, but I already have like I have my other DAZ program open right now, and we are rendering frames. I'm up to frame 444, and I just have to go up to frame 767. So I will show you an animation while we wait. I guess I'll show you an animation that how close I've gotten to fixing this animation. Like I said about animations, when you render it and it comes out wrong, you go back, you fix it, and you re-render it and re-render it and re-render it, even if it takes days and weeks and months. Just before you go to bed, set it up to render again. And until you fix it, you might as well fix it and get the render right, okay? So what happened was when I did the clothing simulation, I had it's like a working area kind of markers, and it only did this. I was kind of surprised because I said, wow, it did that closing simulation fast this time. Well, it only simulated a section of the entire video. So when I got done rendering it, I noticed the whole beginning section of it had no dForce on it. So I had to go back and re-simulate the dForce. Then I had to go back and re-render it. And then I got done rendering it, and this is what happened. So notice the dForce, how cool the clothing now looks. So it moves around and all. It's very cool. But what we've got is a problem, and I don't know if you noticed it or not. And my computer's kind of lagging a little bit, but there's a problem right there. And I will show you the problem up close. Okay. And it's right when he turns around, it becomes evident that, where is it? Here it is. Well, it's back here also. This is the worst part. See where his pants are going right through his shirt? See that? It's pretty bad poke through. So, and then there was another problem that over here. Now watch when he plays and he goes around. Watch this hand here. See how it's jittery? And so I think it's maybe supposed to be jittery like that, but it's not smooth. It's kind of like, and so what I did was I had to go in and edit that part. So but let's watch this again. Let's just do it real quick. It's pretty cool how this came out, though. And now, instead of the legs being all static like that, they move around. So this is pretty nice how this works. We're going to maybe put it to some thriller music or something. So there we go. And maybe we'll have a nice little short for YouTube, something to dazzle the people at YouTube. Say, this is what we're bringing to the table here. So now that is, so this has to, I had to go in and fix these two problems. This one here where it was poking through, and the other one where his hand was jerking here, right there, and right there. And I don't know if I fixed it or not. I definitely maybe smoothed it out a little bit, but I don't know if I fixed it. If I didn't fix it, the hand problem is not it's not the end of the world on that one. The poke through on the shirt is a definite have to redo that. So this is, I fixed it. I used mesh grabber and pulled the shirt out a little bit. Okay, so let's see if this came through. Yeah, it did by waiting. Wow. We still have more to do, though. Okay, we got one more, but let's see. It's putting some other products on. Maybe it's still doing, it's doing the beard now. As you can see, the beard isn't quite. So this whole product, it seems as though this whole product, I don't see the shadow cap yet because it, like, maybe it is here. There's the shadow cap, a shadow beard. All right, let's let just not get second guess it. Let it do its thing. I'm seeing the shadow beard, and I'm seeing also the beard. So it would seem as though this is working. What I'm not seeing is any kind of coloration of the scalp. It's like it seems white. Maybe I have to take the scalp, the cap, shadow cap, and make it a little bigger. We'll see. But this works. I'm not going to go big into this. I'm just going to let this finish. And then we're going to go on to our, okay, it's almost done. It's signaling that it wants to be done. And it's going to pull this beard right up to the face. There it's done. So it doesn't look right completely. Now maybe it might have just a moment where it's got to snap in every once in a while. Yeah, that worked. It snapped right to his face. It worked perfectly. This product, the only thing I'm not seeing is a scalp. The scalp is a little, but it's okay. All right, I'm not a huge fan of this hair, but let's see if the materials work. Let's see on the beard plane, softer, plain salt, light brown. Let's go with the beard. Let's see if it works. This is an H material, so it should work. So, okay, so this, no, let's go on beard, try the beard. No, so a lot of the materials don't work on the hair anymore. Once you use them on Genesis, that's okay. I'll just go in and edit the materials by hand. And I also have other materials. Let's see, this color materials, COLOR, color, right here, color works. Props, shaders. Let's go here and see if one of these shaders, let's try a light brown, like brown. Let's try this color brown. Now we have to go here to surfaces and select the beard here. Then go back to here. So yeah, I can come in and change. Now let's go with the hair. It would be more noticeable. Shadow hair. Yeah, it changed it. It's kind of reddish, but it changed the color. And we go here. Where are the darker browns? These are the more ash brown kind of colors. There, yeah. So you can just change them. It's not it's not like you can't change the materials. It's just that the materials that were made for that particular hair set don't work anymore. But you have other options. That looks pretty nice actually right there. Now I wonder if this hair has some parameters here. Yeah. Clump stubble. Okay, see this hair. Sometimes I ruffled strands. What happens when we go to okay, see, yeah, see, we can still see a bunch of this stuff. What happens here when we, yeah, see, we have all kinds of ability, thicker or thinner all. Let's go thicker. That's thinner. That's thicker. Wow. See, a lot of times I make up my mind on certain things and then thicker or thinner edges. And I don't really I don't realize that there are options. Okay, these a high top. All right, so this high top, we can lower it then. That's high. See, this is what I want to do is lower it. And that now this hair is looking like really good. High top. It's, oh wow, it's got like really lowered, made the sides really long. Look at that. See, so this hair has some saving grace. Parted rough. What happens when we do this? It looks like it parted on the side. I'm not sure. Yeah, see, that did part on the side. Okay. And then it unparted. Short stop. What's this? I'd like to get it really short. Okay, well, that's really tall, so this must be really short. Oh, see, this hair is like, now I really like this hair. But I'd have to bring it up a little more. So you live and learn. You learn, and so I would have to, I have to take some of this wavy stuff out. Let's see, aerated strands. Let's go here to reset. And reset. 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 Now there was one parted rough. Let's take the parted part. Reset. And this parted rough. Reset. Now it's kind of got this weird. See, this isn't bad though. This is kind of nice. Now this gives us some options and all of these. Okay, the high stop, we'll take the high stop it off and put it back. Wavy. Oh, here's another aerated strands. Reset value. Okay, that makes it more even. Okay. And so we can take this high top and bring it down a little bit more. Oh, see, this is really nice. It just gives you this really kind of, oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. See, so this, this is an example where I started out, I says, I never liked this hair too much because, I buy hair and then I just don't like it. And you put it on and say, it looks terrible. But all right, now I can bring this up just a little bit, like bring it just to the length that I want it. And look at that. See now, thicker or thinner stems. So we can go thicker, I think is this way. And thicker or thinner roots. See, look at this. See, and suddenly you have this really, really nice hair. And so it's just, and I'm not sure, I don't see anything about adjusting I don't see a way to adjust the hairline. So that's one thing that's hairstyle contractor. Okay, so that's, we can contract it a little bit here. Oh, this lays it down. Oh, and that is like perfect. Look at that. So yeah. All right, so we this is really nice that we're using Genesis 9 hair on a Genesis 8 figure, and look at how that oh my gosh. This is amazing. Amazing product. So, and right now we're in this gray room. It's not really putting a very good light on the scene and all, but this is Callan with Genesis 9 hair, and this looks really nice. Okay, so, all right. I don't want to hold this. You probably guys are all in absolute sitting on pins and needles waiting for me to do clothes. So we're going to do some clothes now. To me, the hair is, it's like, this is a clothing converter. And to think, that it does clothing and hair, and you don't have to convert your whole library to Genesis 8. It does it as needed on the fly. You just apply it, and yeah, you have to go through that conversion process, but it's not that bad. So now we go here to what's nice is it works with any Genesis character. So if this was Genesis 8.1 or Genesis 3 or Genesis 2 or Genesis, it would automatically convert to that character also. So you don't have to have all these conversion sets for every piece of clothing. And every time you buy a new piece of Genesis 9 clothing, you have to convert it. So you don't have to do that. So it's just on the fly. It works with your wardrobe as is. So we're going to select Callan. Get rid of this word color up here. We're going to put some Genesis 9 clothing on him. So we got this military clothing. Let's do the military clothing. I got rid of the hair because it slows things down. So we're out to see how this stuff works. So let's try this military top. I could put the whole clothing outfit on, but I think we're going to just do it one piece at a time. Let's zoom out a little bit on Callan. All right, and let's do it. Now all you do is select Callan, select the clothing article, and boom, it pops up with this. It says MMX, and I'm going to say full body. Let's say dresses, none. Okay, this is weird. Dresses, none. Knee length, full body, hair. So I think we just got to leave it with none with the clothing. All right. It doesn't offer the bodysuit and blah 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 stuff. You just click select MMX, and now this is going to work nice. I just know this is going to work perfectly on him. So this is what's really nice about this stuff here is, let's put the pants on him too. Outfit pants. All right. What's the okay, outfit top. Oh, this is dForce. Oh, this is what's really nice. Kudos to Daz. Is they're offering clothing and hair in both versions, in dForce and in non-dForce versions. I love that, okay? Because you can't take dForce off some of these. It's proprietary. You can't take the dForce off. And so it's nice to when they sell it to you and offer it to you with the non-dForce. Now, this is weird. Oh, those are for Genesis 8. Okay, we have to go with the Genesis 9 top, okay? All right, so it's not what I thought. This is the outfit pants. It's these are probably dForce also. They're for Genesis 8. So that's why it went right on. So we're gonna convert the pants. So the Genesis 9 version pants for him. So we select this MMX and click accept and see how this works. You know, I'll in passing, I'll say, you know, when you're a Genesis, when you're a DAZ artist starting out, you think, well, you go and say, well, I'd like to make figures, and then you spend a day trying to make a figure, and you realize that it's years and years ahead. You know, it's going to take you years to learn how to make figures in DAZ Studio. But, you know, and you learn about things like bones and stuff. And it's so, when you see all the bones, it's so intimidating, and you just say, oh, I'll never learn all that stuff. But after a while, bones become simple. Just that realize that there's a certain amount of bones in the body. And if you go here to tools, you know, you turn on the joint editor and you can see the bones, and that they swivel at certain places, and eventually the bones are not the bones in the face. There's a bunch of them in the face too, but they're not. Eventually, you just kind of learn it, and so eventually, somebody who works just kind of making art and doing stuff, eventually you start to learn the really deep stuff about DAZ, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you say, you know, I think I could make my own figures. It's just because you get that, you start filling in all these blanks of spaces and stuff. All right, so let's go back here to get rid of the bones, and let's try. Notice how really nice now the belt went around the shirt. See, this just works. It's like, if you buy this product and it's right now, I paid about $6 for it because I got all kinds of deals off, and they've got a 10% off sale for certain people on DAZ Studio right now who buy a lot of stuff. And also, look how nice this looks. I wish I had clothes like this. I'd wear it down to the local grocery store. It's like, all right, commandos here. This is so cool, though. I mean, it's just, I really like this clothes, you know, and it's just, I don't know. I don't look at that. It's just really cool. It's like sports clothing, almost like diver or something, like being a scuba diver or something. It's really cool. I just like the way it fit. With my physique, I don't know if this would look as good as it does. So, one thing I noticed about these pants, okay, they're not too bad, because I thought, well, with these pants, because I almost didn't buy this set, because I thought without the shoes, it's going to look like just cut off, but it's not too bad. You could kind of use any shoes, but it does come with shoes. Let's see how the shoes fit. Now we have to, okay, this, because I used the wrong shoes. Boots, we've got to use the Genesis 9 boots and auto fit them. So what we're doing is putting Genesis 9 clothing on Genesis 8 figures. Click accept. And see, now they told me, they say in the, when you buy this product, it says not everything, not all the clothing works. So I haven't found anything that doesn't work for clothing other than dForce. dForce doesn't really work right with the clothing. Now see, these boots went on just perfect. So they just look fine with this. So I am going to, again, give this MMX Genesis 9 clones for all. This is getting an A++ rating here at EZ3DTV. It's getting a definite buy. Like I said, I don't use Genesis 8 figures very often, but now I might actually, because I just like when I take a Genesis 9 figure and I put Callan's face on it. What am I missing? I'm missing Callan's skin, and it really kind of goes well with Callan to have his skin also. And so now I can just kind of use him. And the fact that the beards work also, the Genesis 9 beards. So the thing is that you can run into some problems where you just, maybe there's a certain Genesis 9 prop or something that just doesn't work. So that can happen. So we're going to take this off and we're going to try some other kind of clothing. And what we're going to do is find something, a dForce. I think this is dForce outfit, legend outfit for Genesis 9. Okay. We're going to put this loose shirt on. Okay. And we're going to run a dForce. This is loose. We'll do the loose one. And it's going to pop up and ask about a... So we're going to click MMX. And this loose fitting shirt may not fit him right. It might not look, the shoulders might be all puffy. It just might not look, it might not, it'll work, it'll go on him, but it might not look good. And this, so far, this looks perfect. Okay, even the little wrinkles here look perfect. But what's going to happen, let's put some underwear on him. Let's go to, okay, let's find him some swim. Let's go here, swim. He's a Genesis 8 figure, swimsuit. And let's find him something here. A swimsuit. Well, these are just the materials. Explore product is the actual wardrobe here. Yeah, there we go. Pants for Genesis 9. Okay, we'll have to fit them, auto fit them as well. Suppose we go to Genesis 9. Okay, put them on. Okay, and these are dForce pants. So now we're going to run a simulation and see, because I ran a simulation on one particular article of clothing and it was an absolute disaster. So this may be a problem here. So we got shorts on him now. Okay, so we're going to run a dForce simulation now. Simulation settings, start bones off, and simulate. And see, this is nice. So this particular article looks, so this gives me a lot of hope. Okay, so this dForce simulation is working exactly like it's supposed to. Very nice. And it looks like it's fitting around his shape. It's not fitting around some kind of Genesis 9 like ghost shape. It's fitting around his shape. This is very, look at that. It's fitting right around his shape. And the way it drooped. Here now, we go clear this. Well, let's try it again. See, that is like night and day. That, I mean, you think, well, that looks okay, but if you couldn't use dForce simulation, you know, and it's just all of a sudden, boom, it just shapes around his body. And then you say, now that looks right, okay? So this is Genesis 9 clothing on a Genesis 8 figure. And we just ran a dForce simulation on it, and it works perfectly. Perfectly. So it just shapes right perfectly to his physique. And let's put him in a pose. Okay, and then we'll clear the simulation. Let's put him in a pose. Poses. So we have all our Genesis 8. Now we can use all our Genesis 8 poses on him, which I have all my Genesis 8 poses converted. We'll go to poses, and we're going to filter by context, poses, and let's find some a Genesis 8 pose. We'll well, let's see what's in. There's only one pose for the feet. Come on. Are there poses? No, another foot pose. Okay, we're gonna go. We'll go by function. We got to go here. All right, we'll go to poses by function. We'll go standing. Standing. Here we go. Now we can see a bunch of them. And what's up? Why isn't it showing me? Oh, we got sports. All right. That might explain it. Standing. All right, let's try this one. All right, this is a Genesis 8 pose. And now remember, we don't have the simulation on his clothing, okay? All right, so this is, let's look and see what his hand looks like in the back. If it's going right through his back or something. Yeah, it is. So we got to twist this a little bit. We don't have to. Okay, that's the thing. But I think this pose would end up, if we take his shirt off, I think we'll see that his arm is going right through his back, kinda. Yeah, right through his back. So let's put the shirt back on, and then let's take this arm pose and parameters, and we'll twist it. Oh, I think we got to twist it all the way we can. We got that twisted. How about this one? And front back. Okay. That works. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our simulation. We'll put the start bones on. Let's zoom out a little bit. And what's going to do is put him in the original pose that we had him in, and then it's going to slowly move him into this pose so that the clothes move into the pose gradually rather than. So we're going to go simulate. And slowly watch him. Hopefully he'll do it fast enough that... So this arm's going to twist and go back. This left arm will go back, and this arm will go up eventually and twist and go up. Now, I have been learning about simulations, like this particular simulation. It might be worthy to like turn his hand off. Because if his hand goes right through his clothing, it could grab his clothing and pull it back in a weird way. So, now that's his, see what it's doing? It's going right through his pants and right through. So it's doing something really weird with the hand. But we are getting that the right kind of twist here, and the right, all of this is looking correct. We'll see though. I bet it bunched the clothing right up into his hand, which would be, at least if we turned his hand off, we would get a better result. Okay, now it's just kind of allowing things to droop and drop a little bit. It gets it into that position and then allows it to drop, stabilizing the simulation. So it takes him from the original pose, and like if you want him to sit down, so what you do is you sit him down and get him posed and cross his legs and do all the things that you want in the sitting pose. And then you run the simulation puts him back in the original pose that he came in and slowly moves him into that sitting down position, so that if you have like a robe on or something, you wouldn't want to just put the robe on and then simulate it. You want him standing first like this, like in that kind of apis pose, and then slowly moving over and sitting down with the robe on. So this is why you do it this way. And you don't always simulate this way. Now, if you can see what happened, his hand grabbed his pants and grabbed his shirt and grabbed all that stuff and pulled it all back. So what we can do now, there is a dForce product here. Let's turn this off. I think it's for Genesis 9, but I'm not sure. All products. All right, maybe I didn't buy it, but I think I did. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the store here. It was a recent product. Now it says hide items I own. Where are you? I think it's for Genesis 9, so it may not work with previous. Oh, here it is. Simulation visibility. All right, that's why it doesn't have, for Genesis 8, 8.1, all right, this is nice. It works with all of them, so very good. So what we do is we go back to our simulation setting and clear it. All right, and he's in his pose. We clear this, and then we go here, and it's to smart content. We type simulation. There it is. Simulation setting, utilities, ultimate simulation visibility. All right, it knows we have Genesis 8 here. So this would be his right hand. So let's turn it off. Okay. Hide selected. Okay. Which one's selected? You have to unselect. Which where's the thing? It says unselect all. I guess these are selected. All right, let's go left hand. Okay. All right. Let's try this. Accept. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go to texture sheet. Oh. It may not actually hide it in this this is kind of, all right, selected figure options. Okay, hide selected. Show all. Okay, that's okay, those are show. This is hide all. All right, so we go show all. And then we take and unhide these. All right, we go the right and left hand, we don't have to. Accept. All right, now let's run the simulation and see if this works. Simulate. We shouldn't see that hand kind of grab and bunch. I don't know why the hand isn't hidden. Doesn't look like this is working because you'd think the hand would be gone. I'm not going to let it go too long. We're going to see, but I have to let it go back until it's back there. Now it's going right through his pants. Now, if his hand wasn't there, it would still not be contacting until it gets to about here. So it wouldn't be bunching up the clothing. So we got to wait until it's at least back there in the position. We got to go all the way to here, the end here. All right, cancel this. Let's see what we got. Oh, you see, this did work. Because the only thing it bunched up, see, so now he doesn't have a handful of clothing. So it left the hand kind of on, which I kind of hoped it would turn the hand off. But as long as that hand is... So we could theoretically go here now to this, clear that, go back to our thing, right forearm, we'll do that, accept, Okay, now I don't know what's going to happen to the clothes there for the forearm, but the forearm is no longer there. Okay, so we're going to go back to our simulation settings, simulate. So this is the forearm right here. So this and the hand are theoretically not there anymore. So it allows the hand to slip back there without grabbing the clothing and pulling it all back. So this is a new product. It's just in the store today. All right. It's 30% off. I only paid about $6 for it, maybe even less. I paid less than that for it because I put a few other items in. So this is an important product for simulation. It allows you to shut parts off. You can shut them off anyway, but what's really cool is it's only shut off in the simulation. You can still see his hand. But it's shut off in the simulation only so that the clothing is not responding to that. Now I see a little bunching, kind of weird bunching here, but it's okay. Now that's the right forearm. Now I see the hand coming through the clothing. That's the forearm. We'd have to mesh grab that to fix it. But that's no big problem there. Okay, cancel this. Now let's see what we got. Oh, I see it still did it. So this is weird. Let's go back to our clear this. Go back to our, it doesn't really matter. You can't see it from the front anyway. So, I mean, it's something that you could theoretically not have to worry about. We go back to here, simulation script. Right shin, thigh. Hide selected. Okay, accept. Let's try this now. Again. I don't think this is work because I think the cloth would just droop if simulate. Yeah, see this, the hand is still. I see that didn't work. Oh. I think I'm doing this wrong. Clear? I think I'm doing it the wrong way, okay? Because these are all, okay. Show all. All right, so we go like this. Hide selected. These appear that those are the selected ones, okay? That's what I kind of thought at the beginning of this. Simulate. No, this is very weird. Cancel. All right. All right, hide all. Show all. Okay, so Okay, pressed button. All right, this is an example. All right, that's visible and simulation is on. This explains how this works. It's like the help file. Okay, so visible and simulation. So this should be visible and simulation off. Right shoulder bend, collar. All right. We already did this simulation and it didn't work. Let's try it again. Clear. One more simulation. So this is two products that we're showcasing in this video today. This is the simulation product. I mean, it's something that you can do anyway. So I pretty much know what's going to happen. What I would need to do is when he is animate it, so animate this so that when he goes to bring his hand here, it doesn't go straight through. It goes back and then goes back. So I steer his arm clear of his clothing. Right about here in the timeline, I'd start editing and pushing his arm back, which is, we can do this. So we can cancel this. All right, what we do is we clear this and we go back to, and we use the timeline. Simulation, current frame, use timeline. We bring the timeline up and we go here, Callan, and then we bring, let's go 40 frames, 45 frames for total. Okay, and we now go from here. Bones, why isn't it doing this? Okay, I think we have to get him into his original pose. Okay, I think we can do it by clicking play. No, the simulation. Okay, I have to put him in the A pose. This is a little more complicated than I wanted to go into this in this video. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to 86 this whole concept here of what we're doing here. And I'm going to go here and we're going to take the shirt off. Let's zoom him in. We'll leave the pants on. We'll take the shirt off and we'll do another clothing thing. We'll leave him in this. All right, how do we get him back to his A pose? I've forgotten something. There's a way to do this. We go, if I go Z, 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 okay, it's going to take him back to the, I may not be able to go back far enough. All right, we're not going to do it that way. We'll go back. Oh, there we go. We got him back in his A pose and his pants are gone, I think. Yeah, so let's redo load pants. Okay, so we got him in his pants. All right, now we could actually do some kind of animation here, but now we have him in the T pose. We add a keyframe here, and then we have him in this original pose. Now I'm not sure that would actually work. Now that I think, the current timeline. So yeah, I think I can. Yes. So it will follow the keyframes in the timeline. So we could add a keyframe here. And that will add all of the keyframes for Callan. Add. And then if we go to the end of this here. Come on. I can't. Well, I'm rendering on another instance of DAZ. All right, now we're at the end of the animation, and we go here. Is auto keyframe is on? All right, we have some kind of keyframe there. Now the other pose was in poses. We'll find a pose, but pose by function, pose by. Okay, standing. I'd like to find that same pose so that I don't remember what I used. Okay, these are Genesis 9 poses. We had to filter by context. Standing. Oh, I went to these files menus. Here it is. It just had to reshuffle them again. All right, it was the one where he had his arm behind his back. Here it is. One of these. There it is. So we put this pose on here. Okay, and now when we rewind this, he should be in the T pose, yeah. So then what we do is we go down to where his hand starts. Now we go back to our products here. SIM. Simulation product. Simulation. Here it is. Utilities, Callan. Now we're going to take the forearm and leave that on so that the sleeve works properly. We're just going to do the arm, right hand, leave that off. And now as we move this simulation in, once the hand gets here, close to that, then we move the arm back. Front, back. Okay, like that. And we twist it a little bit. Let's see, did that just clear that? Yes, it did. And then we twist it this way a little bit. All right, I think this will work because he's not grabbing, he's just laying his hand back down and up. So, and the shoulder down, we'll see. Okay, so that's all we needed to do. These, I think auto keyframe is already on. I think it is, yeah, it's on. I think auto keyframe is already on. So now let's try our simulation. It's going to follow this. So now we have keyframes here. Okay. So now we go to the simulation, and it will follow this animation curve that we've created. Simulate. All right, now this is, I screwed up. Cancel. On. Clear this. Now simulate. We'll start from. All right. Frames to simulate. Cancel. I don't know what made this happen, but we've lost our. Clear this again. Simulation. Current from use from play range. Timeline play range. Subject. Okay. All right. Simulate. Now it's going to follow this timeline. And when we see, when his hand gets down about here, it's going to go back. And it's going to go back slowly. It's not because I set it here to go back, that as it's getting closer to his leg, it's going to automatically slowly go back because the computer figures the tweens. It figures the in-between. So his hand is actually way back now. You see, because it started here and slowly started pulling it back to that place. So this is how you do it. This is how you take a difficult section where it's grabbing into his clothing, and the hand is still turned off. So we don't have to worry about it getting into... and it should now lay back against his back. So, you know, I just don't think that, running through like a little animation segment in this video is a bad idea, because animation, it's just you never really you never get enough instruction on animation because it's so important and it's so kind of elusive. So here we go. Now we can look and see. Now we still have a problem here, but I think it's because his hand sat back down. It didn't grab, it went in and went on, and it should have pushed this in. Oh, it didn't push it in because his hand isn't there. So what we can do is now turn the hand back on. Go back here to the beginning, clear this, and we go back into our simulation here, into our Callan. Where am I? Content library. We open this up. Let's turn the hand back on, except because the hand will go back around and then kind of go back against his back, and it will push the cloth in. So that's, this is just to, I don't like to, didn't want to like create an epiphany and not give you an answer for it. So as you see now, his clothing is drooping on him, and it's hanging on him pretty nicely. So, and then we're going to see his arm go way back, go around back, and then lay against him. And it lays against him because his shoulder goes ahead and pulls his arm in. And that shoulder move is here in this last pose. See, the arm goes back. I think the shoulder pulls ahead gradually. I don't think it's going to touch. I think his arm's so far back that it's not touching his. We'll go and we'll put some more Genesis 9 clothing on Callan. It'll be nice to see if this works perfectly. I like this. I like this because I don't have to look. I like this simulation thing, so I'm probably going to add it. I'm going to add this simulation thing because then I don't have to go down through all these trees and find the hand and find all of these things. I can just turn it off there. It's kind of a nice little script, and it works with every figure. So I don't have to go looking down through hip and body and spline and whatever, spine and 1, 2, 3 and find the hand, which you can just kind of click on it and then it shows, but still I can open this up and kind of, let's see, did this work? It sure did. Look at that now. See? And it's a little bit close. I could kind of take this and grab a hold of this hand here a little bit and just pull it out a little more. Grab the hand a little bit and pull it out. Pull it up. And pull it out. Now, see, I'm really manhandling this. That is pretty. Now, some clothing doesn't allow you, once you've done dForce on it, doesn't allow you to use mesh grabber on it. The minute you try to move it with mesh grabber, it just shatters into a million pieces. Not like it doesn't explode. It just. So let's see if we can if this will allow us, if this particular clothing has some kind of resilience to it. Let's go to 9. And why are, okay, these size, these little, okay, I like to have them large. No, it's going to let me kind of pull this clothing out a little bit here. And a little bit here. And maybe a little bit inside here as well. All right, and then we take the pants and we grab them and pull that out a little bit. And this in. And there you go. All right, we got another bit on the shirt here. And I thought there was another piece here, but now if you can see, his shirt's gone through the other part. Can I fix this or not? No. See, these layer parts are, if I pull it up and then lay it down, it might fix. No, so there's a way to hide these pieces also. If I go to 3 to 2, I might be able to pull this up like this. No. Okay, now legend shirt. Okay, legend shirt. Now I believe now here's where this is a part of DAS that I'm not really familiar with, is how to fix this particular problem other than hiding them in geometry editor. Surface. We go to tool settings, geometry editor, and we go like here. Let's try and hide this. Oh. Let's now go here to, we hide it first. I don't think we want to delete it. We just want to hide it. Geometry editor, right click, visibility, hide selected polygons. And see, that didn't work, but what if we pull this? I think I'm done with the legend shirt. Let's see now. Now I think there's a way with the legend shirt to give it more, sub D, so that it's more resilient, like, in a way. Now we go back to the geometry editor, and we go to the mesh grabber. We kind of pull this piece up here. No, it hid the whole. It hid the whole section. So I am not going to mess with this. Legend shirt, go away. All right, so we're gonna. It was good. I love that legend shirt. It's just that you have to kind of. I'm not sure. I think I need to go into the DAS forums and ask and say, like, when you have a shirt that's got different surfaces embedded into the shirt, and you do a dForce simulation, and they start to show through each other. How do you fix that? And it might be like, well, take it into Blender. That would be that I could do that. Take this into Blender, and then I'd have to come back in and put a morph on it and redo the morph. But that would actually fix that. Blender would be a great it would fix this. So unfortunately, DAS doesn't have the tools to do that. And what DAS needs is some geometry smoothing tools. You could do it in hexagon, but don't. Okay, hexagon is too buggy. So it has to be done through diffeomorphic and bringing it into Blender. That's the way you do this. And then you create a morph, you bring it back in, put it on the shirt, and the shirt would just fix itself. Okay, so let's get him back into his regular pose. All right, let's try some other clothing now with this product. Content library. We go out of here. We select Callan. And we turn off simulation. Oh, I wanted to go back here. Simulation. I might as well. Okay, ION simulation. Alternate minus. Simulation. Get rid of that. Here it is. Oh. Yeah, it's this. Utility. Okay. Right click. Add. Add to favorites. Show asset. Create a custom action. And we'll put this in scripts. We'll put it in favorites. Submenu. We don't want a submenu. All right, we'll just do that. Now it's up here. Favorites. Now whenever I need, oh, it's got a nice little icon with that. How fancy smanchy. All right, so ultimate simulation visibility. Oh, so a lot of these do, but this is because it's right in there. Now I could have put it in. I think it would have been used a lot, but that's now it's there. It was either be in scripts, or and I do have shorts here in scripts for Genesis 9. Shirt and shorts for Genesis 9. I need to add some Genesis 8 shorts as well. What's nice is now I can put these Genesis 9 shorts right on a Genesis 8 figure and just auto fit it now. So I don't have to have Genesis 8 shorts for I can use Genesis 9 shorts for all of them. Yeah, that is a nice thing, kind of echo benefit. All right, so we're going to go back here to default. We're going to select Callan. We're going to get rid of simulation word. And we're going to look for some more clothing that we can do some auto fit with. And I think I'm going to wrap up this video pretty soon. How am I doing on my animation? Okay, just another 200 frames left for that. Okay, so let's find some clothes for you. Yeah, that's what we do. All right, wardrobe. And we're going to look here. Let's try the Jump Force outfit. Let's try this jersey. Double click. I would say eventually we're going to find something that doesn't work. I don't think so, because I have a feeling that if something doesn't work on a Genesis 9, it's going to be because it's a complex, like that particular shirt there. Okay, now this shirt knew enough to pretty much tuck itself in. Not sure that I like the tucked in look, but it tucked itself in. That's pretty good. And we just put that, and this is for Genesis 9 outfit. Let's try the shoes as well. I like the way that it tucked itself in. It was smart enough to look at those pants and say, I think this would look good tucked in. So let's try the socks. That should be interesting, because if anything is going to have a problem, it's going to be these socks. So we select the MMX. They kind of look like wool, or they're made of some kind of really weird burlap. Some kind of very itchy fabric. So, yeah, they fit perfectly. It looks like they've got kind of a loose fit. It doesn't look like they went bodysuit on us, which I would have preferred a bodysuit for them to go completely bodysuit on us. But I might be able to take these. All right, let's try now putting the shoes on them and see how they work in conjunction with the socks. I have a feeling they're going to work well, because these are made for Genesis 9. We're using them on a Genesis 8 figure. Okay. I think the socks will tuck themselves right in. they did. Now, the socks, we take the sock. Let's try taking the socks off and putting them back on. And when we go into this menu, MMX menu, we select that, but then we go dresses, full body. Let's try the full body. And that might be the bodysuit thing. We'll find out. If they hug right against his body, then that's literally the bodysuit option. Bodysuit means is like it's something you'd wear like under your clothes, so you want it to fit completely along your body. And that's what you want these socks to do, is to fit right nice and snug against the body. You don't want them to have places where you can look, see right down into them. Nope, that didn't work. But what might work, these socks might have some loosen ankles. Okay, so this says loosen ankles, so we can tighten. No, that's the ankle. Z. All right, I have to learn the difference between ankles and calves. All right. All right, well, that's one side, okay. Shin. Okay, why is it only pulling it in on, oh, left, right. Yeah, see, if you pull it way in like that, and then, yeah. So this actually does work. We have this one here. And then this one here. And in the front. So that's your solution, is to come in here to these. And then if you have another, like this place here where it's just not working, that's when you go into Tools, Mesh Grabber, grab a hold of this thing, make this up to 6, and just push it in. The same here. Things like this bother me. So as an artist, that just I don't like when things don't fit right. Socks. So you push this in like that. Pull that out a little bit. So you just kind of you have to morph them, which isn't a bad thing. I think I way overdid it that time. Z, yeah. So you just remorph them right there. It's got a problem. Socks. One here. Okay. So that works. Done. Okay, so there's another, you know, all right, and the pants, there's got a little bit of the red, so we go to the pants, pull that out a little bit. This is stuff that you would do even with closing, putting them on from one Genesis 8 figure to another Genesis 8 figure. They're not all the same. They don't all have the same shape in every part of their body, so that you're going to find places where they don't work well. You just pull this out like this. Oops, I twisted it, rotated it. Pants. See, I don't know if I want them out this far like that, but because it's just unrealistic to the way the shape of the body. So they'd have to kind of tuck in. The best idea would be probably to use the pants that come with this set. All right, so that looks pretty cool. He looks like he's on his way up for like a Swiss jog hiking in the mountains or something. I don't know. It's all right. Let's come back in here, and we're gonna do one more article of clothing. I think we're gonna do a cape, some kind of cape. So we'll leave the pants on. We'll do the get rid of the jersey, get rid of the sneakers, get rid of the socks. Come back out here, click Callan, and we got some kind of. Well, you know what? This Prefectus outfit, let's just load it all. We may end up blowing up our machine here. Let's just put it all on and see how it all interacts together. He's in the A pose. So this is for the sandals. Accept. Let's see if this all works. We got helmets. We got something going around. Is some kind of sash around his neck, I think, or I'm not sure. How does this all work? Let's see what we got. MMX 9. Accept. That sash knows that it's got to be on the outside of the clothing, so it doesn't bring itself right against his skin because it's got to lay over another article. I guess that's the way it is when you set up this clothing. When you move them around and they've got all this armor on, that's when you run into some real messy problems. But you have to move them around, okay? So MMX. Let's see what we got. We got Callan here in our... All right. In our basic pose. Okay, this is a cravat. I had some dreams, there were clouds in my coffee. Clouds in my coffee and yours. Oh, I went unsupported. I messed that up. Oh, what was that? Okay, this is armor, I think. The armor. We messed up the armor. We'll have to put the armor on. We'll have to delete the armor. MMX, accept. Whatever one's messed up, we have to delete it and put it on manually. It looks like this is all going to work. This, I am just really excited about this auto fit product. This product it perches itself perfectly into a niche that is like fills a hole in Daz Studio where there's no solution. You know, it's just you click on a Genesis 9 clothing article and it doesn't fit to your character. It doesn't do anything. So now it does. And so I'm wondering how many articles we have. I definitely think I messed up on the armor. That's why the armor, it is sitting perched here precariously. It looks like this is all work there. That went, okay, the wraps. Those are these. They go on the arms. In the arms of America. Okay, what's going on here? Unsupported. And the greaves. All right. MMX. I thought those were the wraps. Maybe the wraps go around his wrist. I don't know. I can't see. I'm too close. I'm too zoomed in. Kind of looks like the armor went in the right place, but I don't know that it did. And there, now that this, it has this. Okay, that's it. So this may be the armor piece that we messed up with. Armor. What happens when we hide that? No, that's not it. Okay, there. This is it. Well, wraps. No, okay, that's not it. Greaves. All right, it's not the sandals. Bracers. All right. That's what we did wrong. So where are the bracers? That would be in accessories? No. Bracers. There we go. So we select Callan. That's the one that didn't go on right, where I just didn't select MMX. All right. And so it looks like every bit of this armor went on perfectly. Without a flaw. Without a single flaw. So, yeah, it did. And now we look at this guy here. And we go into, well, let's get a little closer. Yeah, that's good. Iray. Look at that. Now, I'll tell you right now, this, you're not going to find this kind of quality in a video game. Not today, not of today's. Callan looks so beautiful in there. Here we go. So there we go. Look at this. So let's put some kind of background, some kind of, I'm about ready to, this is about the end of this video. So I hope you go out and buy this MMX Gen 9 clone. And if now, like I said, I haven't found one piece that doesn't work. I have found that some of the textures don't transfer over. So the materials don't work on some of these once they've been put on. Maybe they'll have an update that will fix that. So my suggestion is if you are not buying Genesis 9 items because you just haven't switched over to Genesis 9, if you purchase this MMX Genesis 9 clone, you can buy Genesis 9 clothing kind of as if it was made for your Genesis 8 figures, because just a quick little auto fit and you're on your way. And as you can see, now we have this is dForce as well, so we could do a dForce simulation, and this thing would just lay down on all of this armor properly and hang like beautifully. All of this stuff would hang nicely. Now let's go into environments. Let's put him in something nice, something ancient. All right, we'll do the Grasslands Expanse. We'll go here. This is a set. Flat group, hilly group. We'll do the hilly one. Merge into scene. I'm wondering if this is going to change and put an HDRI in. Probably not. Wow. Let's get rid of the timeline. Look at this. Wow. Now you know why I do this. So we go here. We put him in a pose. So no, it didn't put a sky in. We've got to put an HDRI in here. So I'll stay long enough. We're going to do just a little bit. I'm done with this. Buy the MMX Gen 9 clone for all, and you'll be able to buy Genesis 9 hair and clothes for your Genesis and use them on your Genesis 8 figures and all. So poses by function. Standing. We've got to find it. Filter by context. We want to find a Callan pose. All right, here we go. Non-binary poses. It's supposed to be a little bit feminine, which is kind of nice. Pose for the Genesis 8 figure. Yeah. I like that Daz does stuff like that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to save this as Trojan. No, let's just go, we'll go Warrior for now because I'm not sure exactly. Accept. Just call it Warrior. Now what we're going to do is put a plane in the scene. Cube plane. Where is the plane? Where's the plane? All right, we're going to bring the plane up. I think I want the plane to have a little more geometry than that. So we're going to go into the plane here again. And we're going to go 10 meters. We'll go 10 by 10. Divisions 10. I don't want just one division, except. And then we're going to go here. See? Oh, I've got two planes in here. Oh, I put the plane back. Which one is what? Oh, now I got to put it in again. Delete. It's just got to add it here again. All right, plane. This. There we go. Go to render parameters. This has got to be 90. Now we're going to go Z, and we're going to go back this way. Way back, like that. Scale it. All right, we're going to turn it a little bit. We're going to go Z some more. Way back. All right, and we're going to scale it some more. We're going to move it over, translate, CX. And we're going to scale it along the Z plane and along the X plane. Okay, and now we're going to go to surfaces, plane, base color, browse. We're going to go to HDRI all. And let's find something really cool. I like this. We'll use a 16K HDR file. We don't want the sand, so we got to turn the ground off. It's probably sideways. What oh no, it's not. It's just perfect. So now what we're going to do, and we're going to turn the ground off, which would be, well, first I have to put this on my thing. What's this called? It's called DSO7. So we need that here on our emission color. DSO7. We need it on our, we need to put that to white. Then we go here to luminance and DSO7. On our luminance, save this. And let's see what it looks like. This is one thing I do, okay, that is different than all the other DAZ people when they make a scene. Not all of them. I've seen some really nice scenes that took a lot of time and everything. But I make a scene. When I do this, okay, I make a scene in my video so that you're not going to just get the, you know, some little tool like buy this program, but you actually see an artist, and I hope to think of myself as an artist at work. working on a scene. So now we're going to go here to our environment options, and I'm going to go to parameters, and I am going to try turning off this scene only. We're going to go to scene only. Okay, we're going to create a camera from our thing here. And we're going to look through the camera. And then I'm going to go edit, object, lock. We're going to lock the camera. That's where I want the camera to be. Now I'm going to take our plane. We're going to go back to some tips on lighting, okay? Is you need utter control of your lighting. You want to be able to completely control, and if you have too many light sources in your scene, you lose control of your lighting, okay? And so that's why, so always keep that in mind. It's sometimes the best thing to do is just get your scene totally black and then start adding your lights, okay? Rather than having some ambient source that's lighting everything kind of evenly, and then you can't get any effect in your lighting, okay? So this is a suggestion, okay, is to get your scene black, like pretty close to black. Now, the only thing lighting this scene right now is our HDRI. So I would suggest now my thoughts are, let's put a distant light in. Okay, the distant light's not going to have any light. It's almost like we have some kind of fog or something on, and there it says off, ground fog, draw ground. We're going to turn the ground off because I already have this grasslands here. I don't need the ground. Okay, we're still at scene only. So now we go down to our distant light, and I'm not sure I'm going to keep the distant light, but let's see if we can get a nice distant light going on and see what happens. So now we're going to look at the scene through the distant light. And I'm going to take this out of Iray so I can kind of see where's my man. Okay, he's over there. So we're going to come at it. We want to come at it like from the horizon, but a little bit above it so that, and I want to come at him too. I don't want to come at the side, totally from the side, but maybe a little bit more, not straight on, but a little bit more. Okay, let's try that. And we go back to our camera, back to Iray. Now let's give this distant light some I always add a 2 to the lumens of the distant light. It seems to work in a lot of cases. You can't say that for sure, but okay, now we're going to lower the temperature a little bit. Now this distant light isn't quite doing what I wanted it to do, but now what if I go back to, so it's kind of dark, and we go bring this up to like 9. So it's just barely lighting things. And then now the distant light is coming at him for too much. Okay. See, I'm not liking the distant light. Just to be honest with you, I'm not liking it at all. But maybe if I get it at just the right angle, it might start to work. Yeah, you see that? Where it comes in and lights the back. And then we use a spotlight to get some other dramatic effect going on. All right, let's do the spotlight. And let's come down with at a different direction with the spotlight. Let's see what that does. Camera. All right. Now, I'll also mention that a lot of scenes come with fog systems, and there are several different kinds of fog systems in DAZ, and a lot of them are incompatible with each other. Angus, welcome, dear friend. Thank you for checking in and gracing us with your awesome presence, my friend. It's good to have you here. Very good. So we're going to put some light on this guy here. Now there's a light coming from that angle. We'll soften it a little bit, warm it up a little bit. And let's see all right, so we got another like. Thank you for the likes, people. So that might have been your like. Thank you, Angus. I really appreciate it very, very much. So now this is Callan here, but now this scene here, this is plain. Okay, this is GE ground. This is our land area. And I see grass, culture, weeds, okay, taller grass. But what I don't see right in here is an atmosphere. I don't see where it's added any kind of atmosphere to our scene. So we look through this and just to make sure that there's no atmosphere. We got a camera, the distant lows. These are things I've put in the scene. All right. I'm thinking that, okay. Now what we're going to do is put a VDB in here. See, what's happening is we have a couple of different, we have this distant light, and then we also have our spotlight, and then we have our HDRI in the background also casting a light and giving us a backlight. And so there are these elements that we are experiencing here. And they all seem to be, in a way, kind of fighting each other. And so I'm not sure that I have this sky the right way. Yeah, we do. Okay. So what if we bring this up a little bit like this? And let's see what this looks like. Now you can see this is my distant light here. It's 9, 0. Okay, let's go here. This is my distant light. I can actually now angle this the way I want to. It's because I can't really see where the distant light is, but if I do this number, Let's bring the distant light up. Oh, it's twisting. All right, I'm thinking I want to take my spotlight and bring it way back like this, so it lights the whole area a little better. It's not so intense on him. The metal has such a shine to it. He's just not standing out. I'm not really having luck with this scene right here, and it may be because of the distant light. It might be, I'm not sure what it is. What if I take this plane here in the back and give this a little bit more light here too, so that it's parameters. Was that plane? Okay, that would be surfaces. Plane. What happens when we turn, okay, we turn up the sky a little bit. It gives us a little more ambient light. I kind of like that. And we take our distant light. We go and give that a little more light. And these little specks and these specks, they a lot of times come in when there's too much shadow in your scene. Okay. The distant light, it looks like it's lighting my plane. So I would have to lower my plane a little bit. Surfaces. Where is that? No, it's still. I think the only way to fix that is to move the plane way, 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 way back. I have to scratch my back. All right. Yes, a bodily function. All right, now here we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to move this plane back so that the distant light doesn't hit it. So we go here with our plane, go to parameters, and we go to this, and maybe I can get it to zoom back out. Scale it. Come on. Where is the plane? All right, I think I brought it back too far. Let's try. Oh, come on. Where's my plane? Oh, I think I moved it ahead. I hate that, how that happens. Got to go back. Scale it some more. All right, let's try this back to the camera view. I may have it in the right place. It's just got to be scaled until it shows. No. All right, let's bring this plane back. All right, no wonder why. It's like way minus. It's supposed to be minus. There we go. Now we have it scaled so huge. Let's go minus some more. Let's go 4. Let's scale it down now. Take the 9, another 9 off. All right, let's move it over. Okay, let's go to Callan. Let's grab a hold of our plane. Again. Go back to our camera view. Up. See, now it doesn't look like, I'm not sure exactly, but doesn't look like my X. It doesn't look like my sky is, my distant light's hitting it, but I don't know if it is. It's got to go back further until the distant light is no longer hitting the sky and back. If it's very, oh, it's still hitting it. Let's see. Plane. Now that is back so far that I can't imagine having to bring it back further. The distant light is just grabbing the heck out of it. Let's go to surfaces. Come back. Color. Emission color. Okay. Cancel. Brightness. Oh, maybe it's working. That's working. Go back to our camera. There. Now we've got something that we can get an effect from. Here's our distant light. Let's twist this distant light back around. Let's bring it up. I think the problem with the distant light is I've got it under my plane and it was lighting the field, yes, by what one could call reflecting off the bottom of the plane. Now look what we've got some kind of really cool effect. Now you see, this is what I mean about taking control of the light in your scene so that where okay, I've got to go out of here. Something's wrong with this light here. There it is. Okay. I had it like sideways or something. Let's see what this looks like. Now we can turn this back, this plane in the back up. See, look at this. Now we have an effect, an awesome effect. We can bring this around a little more. See, this little doohickey thing is controlling where the distant light focuses. There we go. Now we can tell that our distant light is incredibly strong. So it's a matter of now just balancing the light sources. Once you start to get what you're looking for in your picture, you want drama. You really want drama, as much drama as you can get into your scene. Parameters, okay, this would be here, distant light. We bring this down to try 4. I think this is still, no, let's go 9. And now we can go to our plane here in the back. My computer's kind of slow because of the rendering. I've just probably got about 500 more to go. Frames. Now that is our lumen. Okay, glossy layered weight. Okay, we're going to go glossy reflectivity. No, not glossy reflectivity. Glossy roughness. think if I take this gloss, change this to black, we don't want the background to have any reflection on it. We don't want it interacting with. So if I make it, turn the glossy color off, then, and the cutout opacity, that's got to be the same image. Yes. Now look how it just gave that image some depth. Now I think I'd like to turn him to... All right, Callan, let's rotate you, buddy. Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, my camera's locked. Let's see what the straight head-on look looks like. All right. The thing is that we're looking at this little teeny picture and we've got to render it. There's something weird about his clothing here. It looks like I still have the pants on or something. I still have something else on him. He's wearing something else. Something doesn't look right here in this clothing. This something. He's got another piece of clothing or something that's screwing everything up. I think it's the pants that or something. He's got something on here that doesn't look right. Cloak, bracers. Okay, where? Pants. We'll take these pants off. There. Pants was that. I don't know. The pants certainly weren't on him anymore. All right. So let's now. Let's do a render of this. Let's render it. Okay, there we go. Oh, we have something messed up here. That's that. All right, I don't think I'm supposed to have that uncut out because all the black is being cut out of it. Okay. So our background image is not working right. Oh, and it's so far away that it's not putting off light. Okay, it's not creating the backlighting effect. Okay, cancel this render. See, this is why you render things large, so you can see stuff. So the plane from this angle, okay, we go to surfaces, plane, plane. It looks nice from this angle, but it's not right. It's got a transparency there. So we just cut out opacity. It's at 100, but it's not working. So we're going to go here. Click none. Okay, that fixes that. Now, luminance. So if I take and bring this way down like this, oh no, not the emission color. We bring the emission color back up. We go here. If I bring the base color way down so it's dark, really dark, like really dark, then I can bring the luminance up where it becomes like a light bulb, and it will bring that color back, but with it, it will bring rays of light heading out of it. Okay, so we go 9, see what that does. See, we go another 9, and we should have a nice see, now it's backlighting. It's putting like a little rim around here and putting some light around the trees. It's lighting this meadow. It's lighting this. Now, if we take and turn the plane off, see, we don't have any of that light there. See? That plane is creating all that light. So now we're ready to do a test render again and see. Because, I mean, it's making all these little dots, but those will reticulate over in time. And I think also, let's see what happens when I turn my spotlight off. The spotlight is I've heard the spotlight kind of been categorized as being unnatural light. Okay? Where the sun, you know, is coming from, and what's really kind of odd about this is there's the sun in the background, and then we've got the sun coming from this angle. What's that sun? So, but the thing is, and then we throw a spotlight in it, and it's like, is this a stage or is this actually a place outside? So that's what we're dealing with. So we'll do a quick render here and see what this looks like. Let it try to reticulate and make sense of all of its light sources and kind of weave them together and reticulate them, make them, and see what we get in a nice large sized image. See, so all these little teeny dots, they're going to go away. But they will, but they're you see it's creating even more of them, but they're going to get tinier and tinier and tinier. And so it's going to be like an effect because the computer's starting to figure out and say, okay, I see, you want these lights to mesh, to like weave together. You want this light and all of its rays are coming from one light, and those rays, and then the rays are coming from the picture in the background, and you want those rays to weave together, and the computer, it just like says, oh my gosh, there's so many rays, I don't know what to do with them all. So it figures them. Eventually it starts to figure them out and parse them and say, okay, well, this is going to create that much of an effect on the trees this way, and this is going to create that much of an effect on the trees from this angle, and it starts to figure them out, figure out the rays. I hate using headdresses because I like my figures. I like their faces to be shown and all, but I'm making an exception for this one. Such a beautiful headdress. And it goes with his uniform. So this is a Genesis 8 figure wearing Genesis 9 clothing. Genesis 9, we put Genesis 9 hair on them, and I think the person who made this MMX Gen 9 clones for all, I think they were being very modest when they said that some clothing items don't work. Yeah, I'm not sure that some. The problem is that I'm finding it's not so much that the clothing items don't go on them, it's that some of the materials don't go on. That they don't, and I'm going to go and ask about that. And I think that this it's going to need some kind of I'm hoping there'll be an update that will fix this. So you can see now this bush here is what I'm kind of focusing on, and it's starting to become, every time it puts a new load of these, that the light gets more refined and more refined. And these are going to be probably, this lighting and these kind of backlighting effect is going to be probably, you can see, look at this. This is lighting from the back. It's not coming from the front. This is coming from the back. So all of this backlighting, it's going to take it, cancel, no. This is going to take, well, we're already up to 1,000 iterations. So it might take as many as 4,000 or 5,000 for this to reticulate properly. And you might say, well, why don't you just use despeckle, the denoiser kind of. I never use that. Never, ever, ever, ever use that. I just don't want my scene blurred kind of unnaturally. So I would rather, right now, I'm using 2 lights in the scene. There's only 2 light sources. One is the distant light, and I've found that the distant light, I'm wondering whether how advanced the distant light is in Daz Studio, whether if there are not better lights that they could be giving us for lights, that the distant light could very well be kind of a throwback from, is it an Iray light or is it a 3D light that's in Daz? I'm not sure, because it's not reacting correctly with the background light or the background, my plane light here. I don't know. There seems to be an incompatibility between mesh lights and this distant light. So it's something for the Daz team, if they ever watch my videos, to please leave a comment and let me know what it is what's causing these little dots. Why isn't this? Because other lights that I use just mesh together beautifully, and this seems like an incompatibility. because we're already up to 2,000 iterations, and this is only 2,000 by something, by, 1,096 or something like that, resolution for, so it should, by this time, by 2,000 iterations, usually everything that I do is, this is terrible. Look at all these little specks. And I refuse to use denoise. If I have to let this render up to 10,000 iterations, I will, too. And these little dots, that's where the light is hitting every little blade of grass and everything. So in a way, and it's the same with it's like these little teeny light, that's where the light is hitting every little leaf and on the trees and the leaves on the bushes. So it's supposed to be there. It's getting there. It's just that the computer is not having a good time trying to figure it out. So, and it would appear like if you look at the light coming from the distant light seems to be fine. It's the light from the mesh light that seems to have an issue. So, all right, this is going to do it for me. Let's take a look at this just real quick. It's much better in this particular scenario. You can see where it has reticulated. It's very kind of grainy. And I think that it probably needs another 2,000 or 3,000 iterations. Why not leave it? So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this tutorial here. So we will probably call this something like Trojan on Triton or something. And he's going to be a space traveler. So we'll probably call that something like that, Trojan on Triton. Trojan on Triton. So say that 3 times fast. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here, Angus. We love you. You are sweet. It's nice of you to be here. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you again in the next tutorial. Yes, you are welcome. I hope you enjoyed this. So we have MMX Genesis 9 clones for all. It's a definite buy. I never thought that I would really care about having my Genesis 9 stuff available for Genesis 8, but it's part of the reason why I don't use Genesis 8 stuff so much, because the Genesis 9 stuff, the nice hair that I bought, and some of the nice Genesis 9 products don't work with it. So now it does. And so you don't have a reason to not use your Genesis 9 figures in your scenes. And you also, there is the Genesis 8 PBR where you can take your Genesis 8 figures and just instantly give them PBR skin with their original maps, but it just, boom, it gives you all the PBR parameters as well. That's something now, maybe the next tutorial that I do will look into converting Genesis 8 skin, because the Genesis 9 eyes, the tear ducts, and all of that. I mean, what do I really need these tear ducts for? His face is so far away kind of in this scene. It's not like it's right up in front of the camera. So, all right. Have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your evening, Angus. And I will see you again soon. This is Rex Red saying so long for now. And I will see you again in the next tutorial. We're going to have a little bit of polka music. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Leave comments if you would like to me for me to cover a particular product. This product came today because of a comment. Good night, Angus. So this product reviewed today, this MMX Genesis 9 clones for all. This product, which allows us to put Genesis 9 hair and clothes on other Genesis figures. This came out of a comment left on one of his, that somebody said, is there a way to use Genesis 9 clothes on Genesis 8? So this is it. I made it. It was like as soon as I saw that comment this morning, my brain went churning, and I put this together. I love my subscribers. I love my dad's subscribers. I want you to ask me to teach you. Ask me to show you things that are impediments to your progress. All right. Bye-bye. I will see you all again soon in the next video. Rex Red saying so long for now. Bye-bye.